Welcome to our deep dive into the scandalous world of 17th century London society. We're going to crack open a play script called The Town-Fopp.
Ah, yes, The Town-Fopp, written in 1676 by Aphra Behn.
Exactly, and we're going to see what juicy secrets and social dynamics it reveals.
This play is like a time capsule. It's really remarkable, giving us a glimpse into the values, anxieties of Restoration London. Think of it as a window into a world obsessed with reputation,
Oh, definitely.
wealth, and witty banter.
Oh, I love it already. The play centers around Sir Timothy Tawdry, our titular Town-Fopp.
Our Town-Fopp, right?
Yes, and you'll meet extravagant clothes, a love for all things trendy, and maybe not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Well, the term fop back then referred to a man overly concerned with his appearance and fashion, often to the point of ridicule.
Okay.
And Sir Timothy is a prime example.
Right.
And the play uses him to poke fun at the emptiness of chasing those superficial trends, especially for those trying to climb that social ladder
Oh, I see.
in Restoration.
So he's not just a fashion victim. He's a symptom of a larger social phenomenon.
Exactly.
Fascinating. To complicate matters, he's set to marry Celinda Dresswell, a young woman with a secret love for another man named Belmore.
Oh, yes, the classic love triangle. Celinda is betrothed to Sir Timothy, likely due to his wealth.
Right.
But her heart belongs to Belmore, a young man whose fortune is controlled by his uncle.
Okay.
This sets up a clash between societal expectations and personal desires, a theme that runs throughout the play.
This is already sounding juicy. But before we dive into the love triangle, tell me about the other characters. Who else should we be paying attention to?
Well, there's friend Love,
Okay.
Celinda's brother, who's entangled in his own love affair with Diana,
Oh.
Belmore's cousin. Then you have the mischievous duo of Sham and Sharp,
Okay.
Sir Timothy's hangers-on, always ready to stir up trouble.
Sham and Sharp sound like they're straight out of a sitcom. Okay, so we've got our main players. Sir Timothy, the fop with more money than sense.
Yes.
Celinda, trapped between duty and true love. Right. And Belmore, trying to fight for his happiness. What really makes Sir Timothy such a quintessential Town-Fopp?
The play gives us so many delicious examples. For instance, he's obsessed with money,
Okay.
but not in a way that suggests financial savvy or business acumen. He simply wants to use it to buy pleasure and status. It's like he's trying to buy his way into acceptance by the upper class.
So he's trying to project an image of wealth and sophistication to mask his insecurities
Exactly.
about his social standing. It's almost tragic in a comedic way.
Absolutely. And he surrounds himself with these yes men,
Right.
Sham and Sharp, who feed his ego and reinforce his terrible ideas.
Oh, no.
He's constantly name-dropping plays,
Yeah.
trying to pass off lines as his own to seem witty, but it always comes across as contrived.
It's like he's reading from a How to Be a London Gentleman handbook, but missing all the important points.
Precisely. And this inauthenticity becomes glaringly obvious in his interactions with Celinda.
Yeah.
When he tries to woo her, it's a
Okay.
complete disaster.
Yep.
He's awkward, insensitive, and clearly sees her as a prize to be won, not person to love.
Oh, wow.
He even says at one point,
What's he say?
"By fortune, there's as much pleasure in vanity and variety as any sins I know." Can you imagine?
Ugh, the audacity. Talk about missing the mark.
Yeah.
No wonder Celinda is drawn to Belmore. Tell us a bit more about their relationship.
Well, Celinda and Belmore's love is a stark contrast to Sir Timothy's superficiality.
Okay.
Their connection is passionate and defiant. They're willing to risk everything to be together, challenging the rigid social expectations of their time.
It's like they represent the triumph of genuine emotion over social posturing. Their secret rendezvous
Right.
and hidden letters. It gives me Romeo and Juliet vibes, but with powdered wigs and witty banter.
Absolutely. And those letters are particularly insightful. They reveal Celinda's intelligence and strength of character. She's not just a damsel in distress.
Right.
She's actively working to create a better life for herself. And this is something that Aphra Behn often explored in her work. The agency of women within the confines of societal expectations.
So even within this seemingly restrictive society, Celinda finds a way to exert her own will. That's inspiring. But I imagine their path to happiness won't be easy.
You're right. Remember, Belmore is financially dependent on his uncle, Lord Plotwell, who has other plans for his nephew's marriage. He wants Belmore to marry Diana,
Oh.
which throws another wrench into this already complicated love triangle.
Wait, so Belmore's being pressured into an arranged marriage, just like Celinda.
Yes.
This is getting more and more intriguing by the minute. How does Belmore react to this pressure?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. He faces a brutal choice. Defy his uncle and risk losing everything, or submit to an arranged marriage and sacrifice his happiness.
Oh, wow.
This dilemma really highlights the power dynamics at play in this society.
It makes you wonder if anyone in this play has any real control over their own destiny, or if they're all just pawns in a game orchestrated by societal expectations and the whims of the wealthy.
That's a great observation.
Yeah.
And it's a question that Aphra Behn seems to be grappling with throughout the play. We'll see how these characters navigate these difficult choices as we delve deeper into the story. Let's move on to the masquerade ball,
Okay.
a key turning point in the play. Remember, everyone is hidden behind masks,
Right.
which creates this space for hidden desires and secret encounters.
A masquerade ball. Sounds like the perfect setting for some romantic mix-ups and maybe even a little mischief.
Yes.
What happens at this ball that's so important?
Well, for one, it's where Belmore, consumed with guilt and despair over marrying Diana, runs into Celinda.
Okay.
Now, Celinda is also in disguise,
Okay.
dressed as a young man.
Hold on. Celinda is disguised as a man. What's the reason for that?
It's a clever move on Celinda's part.
Okay.
She's heartbroken, but she's also determined to protect Belmore by disguising herself. She can observe the situation and try to understand what's going on without revealing her true feelings.
So she's using the anonymity of the masquerade to gather intel. It's like a 17th century spy mission.
Exactly. And this disguise allows for some delicious dramatic irony.
Oh.
Belmore, having no idea he's talking to his beloved Celinda,
Right.
pours his heart out to her, lamenting his forced marriage and confessing his undying love for Celinda.
That's got to be agonizing for Celinda to hear. I can only imagine the emotional turmoil
Yes.
she must be experiencing.
It's a testament to her strength of character that she manages to keep her composure.
Wow.
She plays the role of the sympathetic friend, offering Belmore comfort and advice,
Yeah.
all while concealing her true identity.
This scene really highlights the tension between appearance and reality, a theme that seems to be woven throughout the entire play.
Yes, and this theme is further explored through Diana's actions at the ball.
Oh, okay.
She's starting to realize that Belmore doesn't love her,
Right.
and instead of passively accepting the situation, she
Yeah.
takes matters into her own hands.
It sounds like Diana's not going to go down without a fight.
No.
What'd she do?
She sets her sights on Friendlove,
Okay.
Celinda's brother, who is smitten with her. Diana, fueled by wounded pride and a desire for revenge, uses her knowledge of Belmore's feelings to manipulate Friendlove, convincing him to challenge Belmore to a duel in exchange for her love.
That's a bold move. It seems like everyone at this masquerade ball is playing a role, trying to manipulate the situation to their advantage.
Right.
It makes you wonder if anyone is being truly genuine.
It's a great point. The masquerade, with its masks and hidden identities,
Yeah.
becomes a metaphor for the performance of social roles and the complexities of navigating love and relationships in a society obsessed with appearances.
Okay, we've got Celinda hiding her true identity,
Right.
Belmore drowning his sorrows, and Diana plotting revenge. What about Sir Timothy? Where does he fit into all of this?
Well, Sir Timothy, never one to miss a social event, attends the masquerade ball.
Of course.
But his focus, as always, is on superficial pursuits.
Okay.
He becomes infatuated with Phyllis,
Okay.
Belmore's younger sister,
Oh.
completely oblivious to the fact that Belmore is supposedly already married.
Sir Timothy strikes again.
Ouch.
So he tries to woo Phyllis with his usual fop routine.
Precisely.
Yeah.
He showers her with awkward compliments and attempts to impress her with his supposed knowledge of the latest trends. But Phyllis sees right through his act.
Yeah.
She's much too intelligent to be taken in by his superficial charm.
It's almost as if Aphra Behn is using Phyllis to represent a kind of common sense
I
that
think-
cuts through Sir Timothy's pretensions.
Yes.
It's refreshing to see a female character who isn't easily swayed by a man's wealth or social standing.
I agree. Phyllis's sharp wit and independent spirit are a breath of fresh air in a play,
Yeah.
filled with characters who are constantly trying to conform to societal expectations.
Right.
But while Sir Timothy is busy chasing after Phyllis,
His trusty sidekicks, Sham and Sharp,
Oh.
are concocting their own plan.
oh no, what are those two up to now? I have a feeling it's nothing good.
They see an opportunity to exploit Sir Timothy's obsession with Phyllis for their own gain. They convince him that the best way to win her heart is to offer her money,
Oh, wow.
essentially suggesting that he try to buy her affection.
That's appalling. But sadly, not surprising given what we've already seen of their characters.
This incident really highlights the transactional nature of relationships that Ben is critiquing in the play.
Right.
Love and marriage are often seen as business arrangements where wealth and status take precedence over genuine affection.
It makes you wonder if anyone in this world can recognize or value true love when it's staring them in the face.
It's a good question. And as we move into the next act, we'll see how these characters navigate these complex issues of love, duty, and societal pressures. The stakes are getting higher, the deceptions are getting more elaborate, and the consequences are about to unfold in a dramatic fashion. So, last we left off, Sir Timothy blinded by his desire for Sharps. Phyllis was about to take some very bad advice from Shaman Sharp.
Yes.
I'm guessing this doesn't end well for him.
You'd be absolutely right.
Okay.
Phyllis, being a woman of principle, is disgusted by Sir Timothy's attempts to buy her affection.
Right.
She makes it very clear that she wants nothing to do with him, money or no money.
It's satisfying to see her reject his advances so forcefully.
Yes.
But knowing Sir Timothy, I doubt he takes no for an answer easily.
Unfortunately, you're right.
Yeah.
His rejection only fuels his obsession.
Oh, wow.
And this is where Shaman Sharp see their opportunity to truly take advantage of him.
Those two are like vultures circling a wounded animal. What scheme do they cook up this time?
Well, they concoct a plan to trick Sir Timothy into a fake marriage with Phyllis.
A fake marriage.
They hire an actor to play a priest
Oh, God.
and convince Sir Timothy that he's participating in a legitimate wedding ceremony.
Wait, so Sir Timothy actually believes he's married to Phyllis? That's outrageous.
It really is. So Timothy is so blinded by his desire and so easily manipulated
Right.
that he falls for this ridiculous scheme, hook, line, and sinker. Of course, Shaman Sharp get a hefty payout for their troubles,
Oh, I bet.
leaving Sir Timothy none the wiser.
This is a new level of low, even for them. Poor Phyllis. What's her reaction when she discovers this charade?
She's understandably furious
Yeah.
and feels incredibly violated.
Right.
This situation could have serious consequences for her reputation and future prospects.
Of course.
But Phyllis, true to form, refuses to be a victim. She's determined to fight back.
It's inspiring to see her resilience and refusal to be defined by the actions of these men.
Yeah.
But how does she manage to extricate herself from this mess? It seems like a tricky situation to unravel.
This is where a seemingly minor character steps in and plays a pivotal role.
Okay.
Remember Trusty, the Belmore family steward?
Vaguely?
He hasn't been in the spotlight much so far.
No.
And that's what makes his actions so surprising and effective.
Oh.
Trusty, observing this whole debacle with growing disgust,
Okay.
decides to take action. He's loyal to the Belmore family and cares for Phyllis's well-being.
So he becomes an unexpected hero.
He really does.
Love that.
Trusty knows that Sir Timothy's marriage is a complete sham
Right.
and uses his knowledge to expose Shaman Sharp's deceit.
Okay.
His intervention not only saves Phyllis, but also has this ripple effect on other characters.
Oh.
Remember, Lord Plotwell is still planning to disinherit Belmore and Charles.
Right. I was wondering how that storyline was going to be resolved.
Well, Trusty manages to convince Lord Plotwell to reconsider his decision.
Okay.
He lays out the truth of the situation, emphasizing Belmore's genuine character and highlighting the manipulative actions of others.
Trusty's like a master chess player, strategically maneuvering to achieve a checkmate.
He really is.
Uh-huh.
And through his intervention, justice is served.
Yes.
Sir Timothy's foolishness is exposed.
Right.
Phyllis's reputation is salvaged. And Lord Plotwell is persuaded to show some compassion.
What a satisfying turn of events. It's almost Shakespearean in its dramatic reversals of fortune.
Yeah.
What about Diana and Friendlove? Where did they end up in all of this?
Well, with Lord Plotwell's blessing, Diana is able to get her marriage to Belmore annulled. She realizes that her pursuit of Belmore was driven more by wounded pride than true love.
Yeah.
And they both agree to part ways amicably.
So is this finally paving the way for Belmore and Celinda to be together?
Yes. With the obstacles removed and Lord Plotwell's approval secured,
Okay.
they're finally free to pursue their relationship.
Wow.
And what's even better
What's that?
is that Diana finds happiness with Friendlove.
Oh.
They realize that their connection is genuine,
Okay.
and they embark on a relationship built on mutual respect and affection.
It sounds like everyone gets a happy ending. Except maybe Sir Timothy.
So Timothy ends up right back where he started, alone, foolish,
Right.
and still completely oblivious to the true nature of love and happiness.
Well, he kind of orchestrated his own downfall.
Yeah.
It's almost a cautionary tale about the dangers of vanity and superficiality.
It certainly is. But beyond the individual stories, the Town-Fopp offers a sharp critique of broader social dynamics. It exposes the hypocrisy and shallowness of the upper class,
Yeah.
the transactional nature of love and marriage,
Right.
and the limited options available to women in that society.
It's fascinating how Aphra Behn manages to weave these insightful observations into a plot that's both entertaining and thought-provoking.
Yes.
What's the biggest takeaway you hope our listener walks away with?
For me, it's the importance of looking beyond the surface.
Okay.
This play is full of characters who are putting on a show,
Right.
trying to project an image that masks their true motivations. Sir Timothy's fop persona,
Yeah.
the elaborate deceptions at the masquerade ball,
Right.
even Diana's manipulation of friend love, they all point to this gap between appearance and reality.
It's a reminder to be discerning, to question assumptions, and to value genuine connection over superficiality. This deep dive has been a roller coaster of emotions,
Yeah.
from laughter to outrage to genuine satisfaction.
It certainly has. And it's a testament to Aphra Behn's genius that a play written over 300 years ago
Yeah,
can still resonate so strongly with modern audiences.
right?
The themes of social climbing,
Yeah.
the pursuit of wealth and status, and the complexities of love and relationships are as relevant today as they were in Restoration London.
Absolutely. I hope our listener enjoyed this journey into the scandalous world of the Town-Fopp.
Yes.
It's a reminder that there's always more to uncover beneath the surface, both in the stories we encounter and in the world around us.
Happy exploring.
Yeah.
And remember,
Yes.
the next time you encounter someone like Sir Timothy Tawdry,
Okay.
don't be fooled by the fancy clothes and the witty facade.
Right.
There's often a much more interesting story hidden beneath the surface.